I got to tell you, it's a good movie.
All right, it is heavy hitter time. Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates, Peter Kagis of the Boston Phoenix, both enjoying some global warming this morning. Cosmo, before we talk politics, let's start with you. I know you were a lineman in high school. You ever have a Dan Connolly moment where you returned a kick?
Not quite. I got to say, I cried tears of joy when he ran that kick
Didn't he speak for all of us? It's like he's an honorary heavy hitter.
I cried some tears of joy. I actually tried to return a squib kick that came to me once when I was on a kickoff team. Didn't end so well. And all I know is the coach, when I got off...
What happened?
It led to a fumble. I won't say that I actually fumbled, but
it led to a fumble.
I touched the ball. We moved around. I ran into some people. We lost possession. And then, of course, they come off the field, and the coach just goes, "Hey, who the hell said you should touch the ball? For crying out loud!" So the ball it came to me. It came to me. I had it.
He was like Tom Coughlin, and you were the punter. He's just reaming you right in the field.
Yeah.
Things were a little quieter on the debating team.
I bet they were. Well, let's start with you then, Peter Kagis. Scott Brown leads us off. Yesterday we find out he's going to vote for the START Treaty. Republicans not voting for the START Treaty, but Scott Brown is. We're told he's being very independent here. What else is new? Scott Brown voting with the Democrats. What do you make of this story?
I would say if I were Congressman Steve Lynch or Mike Capuano, who have their eye on Scott Brown's seat, I'd be a little bit worried because I think he took step closer to ensuring his reelection. But politics aside, this is a very, very important vote that has a lot to do with global stability and world peace. And Scott Brown did the right thing by voting for it, as he did the right thing by voting for Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Is it a surprise that Kagis loves Scott Brown right now?
No, I'm not saying I love him. I disagree with him on many things. But on this broadcast, I've questioned before how bipartisan he would be. Listen, as a result of these two votes, these are very important, I'd say incredibly important votes, and I have to salute the man.
People said, how bipartisan would he be, Cosmo? When was the last time he voted Republican?
And I think the politics of it works on a couple of different levels, sort of intramurally. Not a bad thing to give your senior colleague, Senator Kerry, a major victory, kind of allowing him to sort of step out from the
Again, is that
shadow,
the bedfellow he wants?
The shadow of Ted Kennedy.
I vote Republican all the time. Sorry.
And I think what he's done is sort of keep true to the principle that he said when he got elected he was going to be independent and sort of call them as he sees them. I think it works well with the voters. I don't think you ought to count on any favors from the Democratic activists, right. And when Steve Lynch and Eddie Markey and Mike Capuano come gunning for him, they're going to come as hard as ever. But politically, I think it works well for him.
Cosmo, who told you to give your opinion on this?
Who told you to talk about nuclear proliferation?
Let's move off of that and get something a little more interesting. Front page of the New York Daily News. We got a food fight going on, and it's a cat food fight. Sarah Palin taking a jab at Michelle Obama the other day on her Alaska show, making s'mores, saying this one's for Michelle Obama, she's against desserts, etc. Either if you love Sarah Palin, you find this very funny. If you hate her, it goes right up your backside. Peter, which way is it for you?
Oh, that's going to be a big surprise. Sarah Palin has just proven what a fathead she is.
Oh, well done, my friend. Well played.
I think the best thing you can say about Sarah Palin right now is she's still pretty cute. Other than that, this is ridiculous. There's a long tradition of first ladies starting initiatives to help to promote healthier families and kids, including Nancy Reagan with the war on drugs and Just Say No. This is ridiculous. And she always has to take the cheap shot. And at some point, I think people grow weary of that and say, you know what? Make your s'mores and shut up.
Listen, Lady Bird Johnson had a Make America Beautiful campaign. I have a sneaky suspicion that if Michelle Obama had an anti-litter campaign, Sarah Palin would come out in favor of litter.
Cosmo, what was your message for Sarah Palin again there? That was pretty good.
Make the s'mores and shut up.
On the other hand, it's a little disingenuous for the heavy hitters to be on the side of the person saying no more desserts. Palin's on our side here, boys.
Well, yeah, look, I'm just saying.
But does she have our interest at heart?
She's got our stomach at heart. That's what's important. Hey, let's talk about the building behind us right now, because I find this story very fascinating. There is a newly elected state representative from Beverly. Jerry Paracella is his name. Turns out he's in the Guard as well. He's getting sworn in early in January, and then later in January, he's being sent over to Iraq for the first time, by the way. Several people in Beverly are telling him, hey, you got to step down. We need that vote up there. There's a lot of stuff going on. He so far has said, I'm not stepping down. Look, I can serve both, and I can do the job over there with Skype, et cetera, et cetera. Should he step down, Cosmo?
Absolutely not. Look, if a lawmaker can do his job from his place in the Cape, his law office downtown, his place out in
but he can't vote though.
Out in the Berkshires, he can do his job from.
But
Iraq.
he won't be able to vote from Iraq.
Look, understandably, but in terms of the idea of the citizen legislature, I think it's a different model, and the guy ought to be given a chance to represent his constituents in the best way he can.
Well, first of all, and maybe if a viewer knows more about this, they'll email in. But I believe that serving state legislators can seek an exemption from military service because of their duty at the State House. And I'm pretty sure about that. However, I've got a solution to this problem. That this fellow's a Democrat, correct? Yeah. Okay, that he pair with a Republican who he would make it known how he was going to vote on the bill.
It's common practice in the U.S. Senate, I believe.
Yes, it is. And so it would be possible for the Republican Party to assist this elected Democrat to serve his nation while also serving his district.
Hey, 10 years ago up here, guys were voting when they were on a plane headed out to a family vacation. They were casting votes. They changed the rules to prohibit that. Maybe they can change the rules to allow someone
just
like
allow a proxy for a guy when he's serving in Iraq, for God's sakes.
Quickly. By Peter, by the way.
I got 30 seconds left. Give me one wish you have this Christmas, Cosmo.
I'd like a Danny Woodhead shirt in now 3XL as opposed to 4. 3.
My experience is whenever you trade down, you regret it about 6 months later. 4X for Cosmo and the Danny Woodhead.
I'm going in the right direction.
Peter?
Well, other than that iPad, hint, hint, it would be nice if Speaker-elect John Boehner would stop crying at the drop of a hat.
Hear, hear. Point to Mr. Cadgis on that. I think on that we can all agree. Peter Cadgis, Merry Christmas. He's from the Phoenix. Cosmo Macero of O'Neill Associates. He's looking 4X on that Woodhead. Don't let him tell you otherwise. Quick time out. We're coming back. Much more to do on a Fox 25 Morning News. Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry Christmas.